Welcome to Timeless Memories. I'm Sarah. This channel is a special place where we honor remarkable lives that continue to be remembered with love and admiration. Here, we reflect on unforgettable figures from film, music, television, and culture, celebrating their journey, their impact, and the legacy they left behind. Every tribute we share keeps their memory alive and forever meaningful. Valerie Perrine passed away at her home in Los Angeles at the age of 82 after a period of illness. Her passing marks the end of a remarkable life in cinema, remembered not only for her screen presence, but also for the warmth and individuality she brought to every role she played. Career highlights: Valerie Perrine built a diverse and memorable film career that showcased her range as an actress. She earned critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination for her performance in Lenny, where her emotional depth and authenticity stood out. She became widely recognized by global audiences for her role as Eve Teschmacher in Superman and Superman 2, where she portrayed Lex Luthor's witty and glamorous partner, leaving a lasting cultural imprint. Her other notable appearances in films such as Slaughterhouse-Five, The Last American Hero, and Can't Stop the Music further reflected her versatility across drama, comedy, and experimental cinema. Legacy: over the decades, Valerie Perrine remained a distinctive figure in Hollywood history, admired for her expressive performances and ability to bring complex characters to life. Her work continues to be appreciated by film lovers who remember her charm, confidence, and emotional range on screen. Beyond her roles, she is remembered as part of a generation of actors who helped shape modern American cinema through bold and memorable storytelling. Her contributions remain a lasting part of film and television history, and her performances continue to resonate with audiences across generations. The jazz community remembers Ken Peplowski as a deeply expressive and lyrical voice whose music carried both warmth and clarity. His passing at the age of 66 marks the end of a remarkable journey shaped by decades of dedication to jazz. Known for a tone that felt effortless yet deeply intentional, he connected with listeners in a way that felt personal, as if each performance was a shared conversation rather than a formal recital. Musical journey: born in 1959, Peplowski built a career that blended technical mastery with emotional storytelling. His work on clarinet and saxophone stood out for its smooth phrasing and classic swing influence, while still feeling fresh and individual. Over the years, he performed widely, contributing to the preservation and evolution of American jazz traditions, while also exploring broader musical influences. His repertoire often reflected an openness to different eras and styles, giving his performances a timeless quality. Community and mentorship: beyond the stage, Peplowski played an important role in shaping regional jazz culture, especially in Oregon. As a music director for major jazz events, he helped nurture spaces where musicians could collaborate, experiment, and grow. Colleagues and friends often described him as approachable and generous with his time, someone who encouraged younger artists and valued musical exchange as much as performance itself. His curiosity extended beyond jazz, often finding inspiration in a wide range of American songwriting traditions. Lasting impact: Peplowski's influence continues through the recordings he left behind and the musicians he inspired along the way. His artistry was rooted in sincerity. Every note carried a sense of care and storytelling. While his absence is deeply felt, his music remains a living reminder of his spirit, creativity, and devotion to the art form he helped shape. Top of form, bottom of form. Berlin Husky had a way of singing that made people feel like he was speaking directly to them. In the 1950s and 1960s, his songs carried a kind of honesty that stood out even in a crowded country music scene. Tracks like Gone and Wings of a Dove weren't just popular recordings, they became part of people's everyday lives. His voice had a smooth, emotional quality that could turn a simple lyric into something deeply moving, often leaving listeners with a quiet, reflective feeling, shaping the sound of country music. What made Husky important wasn't just the success of his songs, but the way he helped shape the direction of country music itself. He blended traditional country roots with a softer, more expressive vocal style that opened doors for future artists to explore emotion in new ways. His approach showed that country music could be both grounded in storytelling and rich in feeling, without losing its simplicity. Over time, this influence became part of the genre's evolution, a legacy that still resonates. As the years passed, Ferlin Husky's contributions were formally recognized, including his induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame. But beyond awards and milestones, his real legacy lives in the continued appreciation of his music. Even today, listeners return to his recordings for their warmth and sincerity. His songs still carry the same emotional weight they did decades ago, reminding people of a time when music often felt like a personal conversation rather than just entertainment. Ron Howard was born in 1954 in Duncan, Oklahoma, into a family already connected to the world of performance. His parents, Rance and Jean Howard, were both actors who understood the uncertainties of show business but continued pursuing their craft with determination. When Ron was still very young, the family relocated to California in search of more opportunities. His early environment was far from ordinary. Sets, auditions, and rehearsal spaces were as familiar to him as playgrounds are to most children. Without fully realizing it, he was growing up surrounded by storytelling, absorbing how performances were shaped and how films were made from the inside out. Childhood in front of the camera. By the time he was 6 years old, Ron Howard had already stepped into national recognition through his role as Opie Taylor on The Andy Griffith Show. To audiences, he became a symbol of innocence and simplicity, a child character that felt genuine and relatable. Behind the scenes, however, his childhood was carefully structured around production schedules, tutoring sessions, and long hours on set. While other children experienced unplanned days of play and discovery, his life followed a disciplined rhythm shaped by filming demands. This early exposure to responsibility brought him admiration and opportunity, but also placed expectations on him that were far beyond his age. Growing up with recognition, as he moved into his teenage years, Howard faced a challenge that many child actors encounter, being strongly identified with a role he had long outgrown. The image of Opie stayed with him, influencing how casting directors and audiences viewed him. Although he continued acting, he found it increasingly difficult to break free from that early identity. Instead of resisting the environment around him, he began observing it more closely. He watched directors at work, studied how scenes were constructed, and developed an interest in the process behind the camera rather than just the performance in front of it. A natural shift toward filmmaking. By late adolescence and early adulthood, Ron Howard started transitioning toward directing. While still appearing in television projects like Happy Days, his curiosity about storytelling deepened. He became more focused on how films were built, rather than just how they were acted. His early directing work in the 1980s showed a careful, thoughtful approach, with an emphasis on clarity and emotion. Projects like Night Shift helped establish him as someone who understood both performance and structure, marking the beginning of a new creative identity that moved beyond his childhood fame. Career breakthrough and creative growth. Throughout the following decades, Howard's reputation as a director continued to grow. Films such as Splash, Cocoon, and especially Apollo 13 highlighted his ability to combine human emotion with large, high-stakes narratives. Apollo 13 in particular became a defining achievement, praised for its realism and tension. Later, A Beautiful Mind further strengthened his standing, earning widespread recognition for its emotional depth and storytelling precision. His style consistently focused on people under pressure, presenting their struggles in a grounded and accessible way, rather than relying on excess spectacle. Life beyond film and lasting legacy. Outside of filmmaking, Ron Howard built a long and stable personal life with his wife Cheryl, whom he met early in life. Together they raised 4 children, and family remained a steady anchor throughout his career. Over time, he also experienced personal losses, including the passing of both his parents, which deepened his reflective approach to storytelling. These experiences influenced the emotional honesty often found in his work. Today, his legacy is defined not just by his success as a director or former child actor, but by his ability to evolve, adapt, and remain committed to storytelling across every stage of his life.